All right, a very warm welcome and welcome to Sports Chat, a show that brings you all the best of sportsmen and women in the country and also over the globe. I'm Mohamed Abubakar, and in the next few minutes we will be talking with one of the guys that has been carrying the Kenyan flag in terms of football up high in recent years. He's none other than captain of Harambee Stars and midfield maestro for English Premier League side Tottenham Hotspurs. Victor Wanyama, karibu sana. It's an honor for us having you here. Thank you so much for gracing our studios. How has the holiday been so far since you've come back?
It has been good. I've enjoyed every bit of it, so it's been nice.
It's always good to come back and, you know, relax after a season of hard work.
Yeah, sure. It feels nice to be home. So seeing the family and friends. So
how busy has it been? Toka umekuja. Some of the things you've done. Maybe what have you been up to?
Yeah, it's been a bit busy because, you know, they are young boys who are playing football. I have to go around a little bit and also motivate them, talk to them, inspire them. So it's been good though.
Definitely. A lot of people take a lot of inspiration from you. Now, we know the World Cup has been going on, and I have to mention this. Your Tottenham teammate yesterday was the hero, Harry Kane. But based on the World Cup as well, maybe what have you been thinking about the games so far? Which teams have impressed you?
I think the World Cup has been very competitive. Now you can see there is no any underdog teams anymore. So it's been competitive, and this is what we want to see. Are
you shocked Harry Kane was the one who got the winner for England?
Not at all, because I know what he's capable of, and he's a poacher. Always I know he's the guy to get the goals. So if there is anyone who England has to depend on, is him.
It's Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's Harry Kane.
And definitely on the flip side, Tunisia, an African team, another one that has failed to record 3 points or rather even record a win. What have you made of the African teams so far in the tournament?
I think the African team, they have been playing well, but just they lack the I think the finishing edge, the cutting edge, and also I would say the set pieces that they are costing us also the goals. Yeah, we have conceded all the goals with set pieces. So I think it's something that when the teams they are in the World Cup, they can improve.
Definitely. Then before we come to you now, Victor, because many people want to know about you and what has been happening from the beginning of your career up to now. But quickly, last team today, Senegal playing. We also have Egypt, who will be playing against Russia. Mohamed Salah is coming back. Maybe your predictions for those two games today?
For me, I think win for Senegal and also for Egypt today. Because Egypt, they played the first game very well. They were lucky to concede on, with the set piece. And also Senegal, they have a lot of good players who are in Europe.
Of which you've played against as well, so you know how good they are.
So they have a really good team. They are African hope, I think.
Salah coming back, you think Salah has it to take Egypt maybe to the next stage?
Yeah, Salah is a good player. So watching their first game, they did well. So plus Salah coming back to the squad, it would be, I think it would be a plus for them.
Definitely. So we'll be keeping a close eye on those two games. But now, Victor, we want to focus on you today. Basically, let's start off from the moment you realized football is your game when you were young. When did you realize Indo game yangu?
For me, it was just my dream. You know, when I was young, watching the English Premiership on TV, it was my dream to play there. So that's where it started.
And I've always wanted to ask, who are some of the players you used to love watching before you even started playing professional? Like ulivyokuwa mdogo tu, wale players ulikuwa unaangalia na unawadmire?
I used to love watching Paul Scholes, Wayne Rooney, Drogba, Michael Essien as well, Patrick Vieira. I was watching all of them playing, and I think they were amazing players. Yeah, so Roy Keane also, they inspired me, and I always wanted to grace also the English Premier League.
And then we want to talk briefly about your youth career. Let's go back from Kamukunji High to your youth team JMJ, and then joining AFC Leopards before going to Sweden. That transition from team to team, up until that call up to Sweden? How has it been, that journey?
The journey was very good. I think the journey was a bit short, and I didn't stay for long in those teams. So for me, it was the right time to go abroad, because I believe that time I learned a lot, and it made me who I am today. So it was important, very important for me to get that chance, and wasn't easy, but I fought my way through, because there were a lot of challenges. You know, I was still young, going away from home. Wasn't that easy, but I thank God. I managed, and I'm here today.
Definitely, definitely, and we're very proud of you. We also want to talk about, you are a footballing family, and your older brother, McDonald Mariga, made the first step to go abroad and all that. What kind of inspiration did you gain from him as well, apart from just watching the players in the English Premier League? You had someone close by at home who was actually making those steps.
Yeah, you know, when Mariga went abroad, he was also pushing me, telling me how it is out there, and also telling me to work hard and discipline, things like this. So I was working hard to make sure that one day I join him abroad.
You emulate him,
yeah. And to see what he has achieved also in football is also my dream. One day,
winning the Champions League.
Winning the Champions League. One day I have to win also Champions League. It's my dream, but hopefully
you're close, because you are participating in the Champions League, especially last season and the upcoming season as well. So a lot of work to be put in, I'm sure.
Yeah, we did. I say we did well in our Champions League campaign, but we were just unfortunate to go out in the last 16, but it was a game that we should have won. But there is always room to improve. I hope come next season we'll improve and we'll go far.
Very well. So I'm taking you back again. You went to Sweden, then Mariga moved to Italy. So you found yourself alone in Sweden again. I just want to get it from you. How was it, you know, moving from AFC Leopards and going to Sweden, abroad, on your own, culture shock and all that? How was that experience?
I went there in Sweden and was like, I was there for like 6 months, and Mariga had already moved. So I was there, I was still new there, and the language was a bit also difficult, because Mariga was helping me. Yeah, so it was very hard, you know, it was too cold. So I came back home, and there was a academy here, JMJ. So they took me there, and I went to the academy for a few months, and then after that I went to Belgium.
Very well. Yeah, you did go to Belgium, played a number of years there as well before you moved to Celtic, and that's when Victor Wanyama was introduced to world football. We knew of your achievements so far and all that, but that famous game against Barcelona in the Champions League, everyone's like, oh goodness, we have a Kenyan. What do you make of that famous Barcelona game and that goal? It was huge for Celtic.
Yeah, sure. You know, that time Barcelona was a tough team to beat, and I think we were the second team to beat Barcelona. Only Madrid and Celtic managed. At that time, we managed. It was a
tough task.
Yeah, we managed to beat Barcelona. It was tough. Barcelona, they had a lot of possession, but at the end we won the game. So it was a huge night for us, especially for me, because the goal also was huge for me. You know, I was really happy to be able to score against Barcelona.
All right. So I'd like to shift to Harambee Stars real quick before we come back to Tottenham and your relationship with Pochettino and all that. You were called up in the Harambee Stars squad for your Harambee Stars debut when you were very young, 15, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
How did you feel, first of all, when you made your debut, representing your country?
So it was. I think it was the best feeling ever, because Ghost. I had my coach was Ghost, and he called me up. After that game, it was against Nigeria. I came on as a substitute, and then I played after that game. Then I went abroad, so it was the best feeling for me ever. Just had my debut, and also after that traveled to Belgium. So it was a huge.
You've come a long way since that debut. You're now the captain of Harambee Stars. You're a voice of influence in the country when it comes to football. So perhaps your take on the current status of football in the country, and what do you think should be the improvements that need to be put? We have had a dark year last year when we lost broadcasting rights for the local league. We lost out on Chan. All these things, all these stories that has brought down the players, the fans. What do you make of all that, and how do you think we can improve?
I think it was a worse feeling for everyone, and also for players in general, because we as players, we want to have a good national team. We have to have a good league back home, local league here back home. So I think the problems, we have some small problems that we have to focus on. I would say we have to now focus on the grassroots, and also our pitches, they are not good enough.
Definitely.
If you can have also like the improved
structures, facilities.
Yes, I know a lot of things that they should be improved. So definitely. And then bring the facilities in. I think we'll have a great league, and also good results with the national team.
Victor did mention grassroots, and it is important to mention that you work with a lot of NGOs and corporates when it comes to matters developing football in the country, notably Chapadimba that just concluded, of which you're an ambassador of. The winners had come to England for some mentorship from you, and they did see you, and even the producer did meet you. So we'd like to get it from you, and how do you think Chapadimba has helped improve the development of football in the country?
Yeah, I think Chapadimba has helped a lot, because you can see the places that you don't expect to have talents, then they have a lot of talents there. The champions came from Kapenguria. No one expects football in Kapenguria, but yeah, they were the one who won the tournament, and
were the champions.
Yeah, they were the champions, and they had the chance to travel to England and have that experience. You
got to see them. You got to see them train. What do you make of them? Do you think
they are good players? I think some of them they'll go to some Premier League teams, maybe or national teams. So they are good players, and also they got that chance to watch our game against Leicester, and they had a chance to meet me at the training ground and see all the facilities. So
I can imagine.
I believe that's enough. Also, that's enough exposure that they can see that and want to.
A fantastic experience that must have been for them. We'd like to talk about your relationship with Pochettino. After Celtic, you went to Southampton. You worked with Pochettino. He moved to Tottenham. He took you with him. How do you assess him as a coach and the kind of relationship you have with him? How has he improved your game?
I think he has improved my game a lot. I've learned a lot from him, and it's not just to me. It's not just a manager. He's like a father figure to me, and I've matured playing under him, so I love working under him, and I'm looking forward to the next season.
All right, we wanted to talk about some light things right now, and maybe some of the toughest players you've played with. You've played for a couple of years now in the English Premier League, 5 or 6, I believe. The toughest player you've come up against so far?
I think the toughest player, we say Eden Hazard. Yeah,
from Chelsea. I want also to ask, but okay, why Eden Hazard?
Because he's really a good player. It's not easy to take the ball from him. He's quick, and he always turns. So twists and turns. It's so hard to.
I must mention, I'm an Arsenal fan, and the way you shut down Alexis Sanchez every time he meets Spurs, I give it to you. All right, we'd like to talk about a player the best midfield partner you've played with so far in your career.
I will say Contenders there is Scott Brown, there is Ki Sung-Yang, there is Morgan Schneiderlin, but for me, the best is Musa Dembele, my best partner.
Wow. Awesome. So for us, before we wrap up the interview, we'd like to just do a quick fire with you, just some light stuff. I'll mention you some names, and you just tell me the first thing that comes in mind when I mention the names or the things. Okay. Kenya.
Kenya. No idea. No idea.
All right, Celtic Park.
Celtic Park, Champions League night, atmosphere.
Champions atmosphere.
Yeah.
Hurricane.
The poacher, goal poacher.
Pochettino.
The masterclass.
Mariga.
Champions League winner.
Ghost Mule.
The African Cup. He took Harambee Stars to African Cup.
Awesome. Either or, choose one. Long ball or short pass?
I will choose long ball.
Goal or assist?
Goal.
A free kick goal or a Panenka goal?
Panenka.
Champions League with Tottenham or African Cup of Nations with Kenya?
Wow, that's hard. If I can have both, it's great.
We'll take both. Okay, this is the last one. I really want to find out this one. A winning goal against Arsenal or a match-winning block against Manchester United?
A winning goal against Arsenal.
Come on, Victor. All right. Thank you so much, Victor, for your time. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been having Victor Wanyama, captain of Harambee Stars and midfielder with Tottenham Hotspurs. We do wish you all the best in the upcoming season. Karibu sana and...
Thank you.
Tafadhali Arsenal.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.